June 1942, the Pacific is on edge. Japan's Imperial Navy is sweeping across the ocean, but the US is ready to strike back. Midway, a tiny island in the Pacific, would become the stage for a battle that would change everything. Since Pearl Harbor, Japan had dominated the Pacific. They had crushed resistance everywhere. But this time, the US had a secret weapon: knowledge. American codebreakers had deciphered Japanese plans. They knew the enemy would strike Midway. The trap was set. Admiral Chester Nimitz had a plan that would change the course of history. June 4th. The skies over Midway exploded into chaos. The Japanese struck first, attacking Midway with ferocity. Bombs rained down, but it was only the beginning. Meanwhile, the US fleet remained hidden. The Japanese, confident of their victory, didn't realize that American dive bombers were about to launch an attack that would change everything. The US dive bombers struck with deadly precision. In just minutes, 3 Japanese carriers were engulfed in flames. The heart of Japan's naval power was being ripped apart. Japanese commanders were stunned. Their fleet had never suffered such losses, but they weren't ready to give up. A fierce counterattack was launched, and soon the USS Yorktown was under siege. Despite being damaged, the USS Yorktown refused to sink. The resilience of the American sailors bought valuable time for the fleet, as the remaining Japanese carriers were targeted. By the end of the battle, 4 Japanese carriers were destroyed. Japan's ability to wage offensive naval war was crippled. Their dominance in the Pacific was over. The Battle of Midway was not just a battle, it was a turning point. The US had gone from defense to offense, and the Pacific War would never be the same. Japan, once the aggressor, now had to defend. The Battle of Midway gave the US the momentum it needed to take the fight to Japan. The legacy of Midway lives on. It showed that strategy, intelligence, and courage could turn the tide of a seemingly unstoppable force. The Battle of Midway, a triumph of strategy, a turning point in history, and the moment that shifted the balance of power in the Pacific forever.